And welcome back to another video. Shanese Danae here. If you're new to my channel, please make sure you hit that little subscribe button so that way you never miss when I upload a video, as well as ring the notification bell, because obviously that's the only way that you'll know and receive notifications. But anyway, I wanted to come talk to you guys about a lot of the questions that you guys been leaving me on all of my acne videos. Is how to get rid of acne scarring. Now, I do want to say that acne scarring and like dark spots, hyperpigmentation, hypopigmentation, which is light spots, it's completely different. It's completely different than having acne scarring. Acne scarring is like missing tissue that you're having under your skin. If you have really bad cystic acne, then usually like you have these like almost like holes, like pivot scars in your skin. So I want to tell you guys different tricks that I've done. Now, I'm not going to say that this is going to work for you, but I don't have, luckily, I've noticed that we'll get to it, but I've noticed that a lot of bumps that I've had, depending on how I pick them, left certain scars. And yeah, so we'll get into that. But if you're interested in seeing this video, guys, then keep watching. Okay guys, so I kind of want to talk to you about tissue scarring. And really, whenever you have really bad cystic acne, and if you were to like pop your bump with like needles, things of that sort, I know that I was definitely a fan of doing this, mainly because I was just getting so frustrated. And then sometimes I would bruise my skin if I tried to pop it without it being like stabbed with a needle. Usually it left me with a huge scar because you don't have an opening to release the certain bacterias, and you know, you just don't have anything for it to release itself, so it creates its own pocket, which can also cause you to have tissue scarring. So that's one of the reasons why they tell you not to pick your skin. And honestly guys, learn from experience. I literally have a few tissue scarring because I used to force my bumps to pop without using assistance, like without using like a little tiny micro needle to pop my bumps, or I was using needles that were too big, like a hair sewing needle, don't judge me, to pop my bumps. And that actually left really huge holes in my skin. And I'll show you guys a video of that soon, like at the end of this video, so that way you guys can actually see what I'm talking about, because I try not to wear makeup with my skin videos because I want you guys to know that I'm trying to be as transparent with you as possible. But I'm talking too much, so let's get straight into it. So tissue scarring, like I was saying, is whenever you're like, when it's like deep pivots and things of that sort. So if it's depending on how deep it is, I'm going to be honest with you guys, there's not really a way to reverse that. And I mean, you can get laser treatments, and usually laser treatments will kind of just take off a layer of the skin, so that way it makes it look a lot smoother. It makes the appearance look smoother, but that costs a lot of money. So what I used to do, and I've been dealing with this since 2014, before I even got on the medication that helped me with my skin, and I've noticed a big difference. So I use the PMD, and I have to check to see if they even make this guys anymore. I want to say they do. I think you can buy it on Amazon now. But this is how, look how dusty this is. So I used to use the PMD, and it's so dusty, guys. Look at that. It's kind of gross. So I use the PMD, and the PMD is basically like a micro, it's like a dermabrasion that you can use against your skin, and it kind of helps take off a layer of your skin without spending a lot of money. I think I want to say I paid like $100 for this, and this was back in 2014, so honestly it might be a little bit cheaper. I'm going to see if I can find it cheaper for you guys on Amazon, or even through the site. But basically it comes with these little sand bursting things that you can use, and you basically put it on. It has different levels, and this one is the for very coarse skin. And it kind of sheds off more and more and more the more you use it. You can use it twice a week. And this really does help with scarring. Now, it's one of those things where if you have open bumps, you want to be really careful when you're using this, because it can open your skin because it is that abrasive. So just be mindful of that. I used it when my acne was really bad because I didn't really care. And it has a benefit too because it helps with your hyperpigmentation as well. I do not use this anymore. I have not used this in about 2 years or so, mainly because when I was on the acne medication, I couldn't use items like this on my skin because my skin was way too sensitive and it would literally ruin my skin. Okay guys, so we are up in personal. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys my skin up close so that way you can actually see what I'm talking about. So if we look on this side here, I damaged my skin. I basically had popped a pimple. I squeezed it, and I didn't create like any type of like a small incision. Usually they have like micro needles that you can use to pop your pimples, so that way you're not creating that tissue loss. So what I did, I just squeezed it until it created a hole by itself, and when it burst, it had a pretty nice hole, and it never reverted back. So just be mindful of that whenever you're picking your skin, because I mean that's something that you don't want to walk around with a whole bunch of these, and it's possible. Once I realized that, yeah, I definitely stopped. But before I started doing that, let me see if I can on this side here I have a few too, and it's probably hard to see. I might have to turn down a little bit of my lighting, but I definitely have a few pivot scars like right in this area because that's where I was breaking out with like the biggest cystic acne. I also have a scar here as well, and this was from me actually digging my nail trying to pop this one humongous cyst that I had on my forehead before, and that, as you can see, it almost looks like a scar, but you can tell that it's like a nail indent. And it's really crazy how your skin, like how you can really leave marks on your skin like that. So guys, all in all, honestly, I just want you guys to be careful when it comes to your skin. Learn from my mistakes. And it took me a while. I mean, it didn't take me too long, but it definitely took me a while to realize that there's certain things that you just don't want to do to your skin. I hope that this video was helpful for you guys, and honestly I'm really trying my best to just tell you guys everything that I've learned personally from my personal experiences. And I apologize if this video is not as helpful as you guys wanted it to be, but I can't sit here and say, well, I've done this, and that, and there's really not too much of a cure. Once your skin is damaged, it's honestly just damaged. Like there's not really much that you can do. I mean, if you have the money to get laser treatment done, just be careful, especially when you have darker skin, because some laser machines are not created for skin that has a high intensity of melanin. So just be mindful of that. Like, you know, when you're black, like you just can't just go to any laser treatment and get that done. You have to be very careful. But it just in general, like no matter what color you are, you just want to be careful when it comes to laser treatments, because you can actually do more damage than good. And then when it comes to fillers, I mean, that just to me just kind of seems temporary. You can't, I don't know. So for me, it's just like, I think microdermabrasion, in my personal opinion, microdermabrasion, abrasion, and chemical peels is probably the best way. And they do have high intensity chemical peels that you can do where it literally takes off your skin. If you are like open to doing that, 100% do it. Try it. Sorry if I'm not in focus. If that's something that you want to do, definitely try it. But I mean, it's your skin at the end of the day. You can definitely experiment as much as you want, but this is just, again, from my personal experience, and I hope you guys truly enjoyed these videos. I definitely have more skin videos coming for you guys, as well as I've been working on my own product line, and I'm pretty excited about it. I've been trying out the products for months on myself, as well as asking family members, because I really want to see results for you guys. And again, thanks for watching. You guys know what I always say. Deuces!